Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Quote for today is He has succeeded who purifies it. Today the topic of my presentation is life tables and life expectancy, and I'm presenting it under the supervision of my professor Dr. Saira Afzal. Learning objectives are introduction of life tables, various types of life tables, construction of life tables, Lexis diagram, life expectancy, and recent advances at that. At the end of this presentation, participants will be able to describe about the introduction, types, construction of life tables, and life expectancy. Introduction. Life table is a mathematical sample which gives a view of death in a country and is the basis for measuring the average life expectancy in a society. According to Borg, the life table is a mathematical model that portrays mortality condition at a particular time among a population and provides a basis for measuring longevity. Based on age-specific mortality rates observed for a population for a particular year. A life table can be constructed for a country and an area on the basis of sex, occupation, race, etc. Life tables are usually constructed separately for men and for women because of their substantially different mortality rates. Types of life tables. There are two basic types of life tables. First is period or static life table, and second is cohort life tables. Period or static life tables or current or conventional life tables or vertical life tables or time bound shows the current probability of death for people of different ages in the current year. This is less preferred. While cohort life tables or generation life tables or horizontal life tables or dynamic life tables, they show the probability of death of people from a given cohort, especially birth year, over the course of their lifetime. That is the preferred method. Cohort or generation life table summarizes the age-specific mortality experience of a given birth cohort, a group of persons all born at the same time for its life and thus extends over many calendar years. Period life table summarizes the age-specific mortality conditions pertaining to a given or other short time period. A cohort table is also called generation life table or longitudinal life table because the cohort is constructed on the basis of sequence Q, not 1, 2, 3, and till average. Main advantage is conceptual simplicity. It provides what would be the longevity of a newborn infant if the same mortality schedule could be assumed throughout his lifetime. The current life table is thus a fictitious pattern reflecting the mortality experience of a real population during a calendar year. Its main advantage is it provides measures localized in time, such as change in expectation of life at birth from one year to the next. Its main disadvantage is its conceptual complexity. A static table sample individuals assuming a stationary population with overlapping generations. Static life tables and cohort life tables will be identical if population is in equilibrium and the environment does not change. A constant number of people each year in a population means that the probabilities of death from the life table were completely accurate. Also, an exact number of 100,000 people were born each year with no immigration or immigration involved. Types of life table are two, like single decremental life table and multiple decrement life table. In this life table, only one cause of death and only one characteristic are considered at a time and are concerned with generation experience of a cohort by age. While in multiple, this table describes the separate and combined effects of more than one characteristic. It may consider more than one cause of death or more than one characteristic at a time. Complete life table contains data for every single years of age from birth to the last applicable age. It is also called as unabridged life table. Construction of life table. Prerequisites are two basic things are prerequisites. Population living at all individual ages in a selected period and number of deaths that occurred in these ages during the selected period. The life table is constructed from census data and death registration data, and also from vital registration or retrospective surveys. Cohort or current life tables, which are classified according to reference year. Unabridged, complete, or abridged life table classified according to length of age interval. Single or multiple decrement life table classified according to the number of characteristics. In a complete life table, the life table functions are computed for each year of life. In an abridged life table, the functions are presented for age interval more than 1 year in length, expecting possibly the first year or first 5 years of life. Method of constructing life table. Life tables are constructed on the basis of a single cross-sectional time data for a generation. This is also a longitudinal life table method which takes a real cohort of persons, then start life at a specific age interval and follow it throughout life until they die. A complete life table may be constructed on the basis of single year of age. An abridged life table can also be constructed wherein ages are grouped in 5 or 10 years of interval, taking initial year as 0 to 1. This shows a typical life table that generally has following columns. This slide shows standard notations that are used for different things that they represent on the table. Life table in clinical medicine. Most commonly used approach to survival analysis in medicine, also called as Kaplan-Meier life table method or the product limit method. The actuarial method calculates survival rates based on the fixed interval, whereas in Kaplan-Meier method, the intervals are uneven. Clinical life table, a fundamental technique of survival analysis that deals with time to event. A basic example is time to death. It can answer the question of the chance of survival after being diagnosed with the disease or after beginning the treatment. The event can be any other health event, not just death. It can be relapse, receiving organ transplant, pregnancy, in a study of infertility, failure of treatment, recovery, etc. It calculates cumulative event-free probabilities and generates a survival cure. Assumptions are that there are no changes in the survivorship over calendar time. The experience of individuals who are lost to follow-up is the same as the experience of those who are followed. Withdrawal occurs uniformly within the interval. Event occurs uniformly within the interval. This slide shows an example that a group of 200 subjects were followed for 3 years. Deaths occurred throughout 3 years, and what's the chance of surviving at the end of 3 years? Censoring. Observations are considered to be censored if individuals withdraw from the study or are lost to follow. Individuals are not followed long enough to experience the event of interest. Individuals experience an event which precludes the event of interest, and those who are censored during an interval are assumed to have been followed on average for half the interval. This shows clinical life table notations, that is WT shows number withdraws censored during the interval, and WT by 2 shows adjusted number at risk of event in the interval. Kaplan-Meier is also a survivor analysis method. It is very similar to clinical life method. It uses the exact time that event occurred rather than the intervals of follow. The probability of event is equal to the number of events at that time divided by the number at risk at that point in time, including those who had the events. If there are withdrawals before the time of event, they are subtracted from the number at risk. This table shows the example of Kaplan-Meier survival table, that one died at 4 months and one was lost to follow before 10 months. Therefore, 4 were known to be alive at 10 months and another lost occurred before 24 months. This shows the probability of surviving is shown in the Y, and months after enrollment is shown on the other scale. Kaplan-Meier method, timing of death in 4 subjects is 0.8, 3.1, 5.4, and 9.2 months. Timing of loss to follow-ups or censorship in 4 subjects is 1, 2.77, and 12.1 months. Kaplan-Meier method take advantage of all information available in the calculation and is useful for small sample size studies. Clinical studies used are KM plots to display prognosis over time, and KM estimates can be used for comparison purpose in clinical trials when groups are similar and adjustment is not needed. Kaplan-Meier method, graphic representation of comparison of two groups. This shows group 1 and other group 2 cumulative survival percentages and age in months is shown. Tests of significance. Difference between actuarial survival cure t-test and z-test, and difference between Kaplan-Meier curves and log rank test. It is used by demographers to measure and analyze the mortality or longevity of a population or one of its segments. It is used by insurance companies to compute premiums, by research workers to determine whether the differences in mortality or longevity of two groups are significant, employed to predict survival or the likelihood of the disease at any time. Life table analysis can be fundamental to solutions of many public health and medical problems. Current life table illustrates how age-specific death rate affects a population. This slide shows importance of life tables to project future population on the basis of present death rates. It helps in determining the average expectation of life table based on age-specific death rate. The method of constructing a life table can be followed to estimate the cause of specific death rates, male and female death rates, etc. The survival rates in a life table can be used to calculate the net migration rate on the basis of age distribution at 5 or 10 years interval. Life tables can be used to compare population trends at national and international levels. It is used for formulating family planning programs relating to infant mortality, maternal death, health programs, etc. It is used for evaluating family planning programs. It is used by life insurance companies in order to estimate the average life expectancy of persons separately for males and females. It helps in determining the amount of premium to be paid by a person falling in a specific age group. If an insured person dies before the policy matures, the life table provides economic support to the insurance company without facing financial loss, and it is able to give the insured amount to the legal years of the disease. Weakness of the life tables. Life tables can be constructed using projections of future mortality rates, but more often they are a snapshot of the age-specific mortality rate in a recent past and do not necessarily interface to be projections. For these reasons, the older ages represented in a life table may have a greater chance of not being representative of what lives at these ages, may experience in future, as it is predicted on current advances in medicine, public health, and safety standards that did not exist in early years of this cohort. A life table is created by mortality rates and census figure from a certain problem population, ideally under a closed demographic system. However, there is also weakness of the information displayed on the life table. One being that they do not state the overall health of the population. There is more than one disease present in the world, and a person can have more than one disease at different stages simultaneously, introducing the term comorbidity. Therefore, life tables also do not show the direct correlation of mortality and morbidity. Health expectancies such as disability adjusted life year and healthy life years are the remaining number of years a person can expect to live in a specific health state, such as free of disability. Two types of life tables are used to divide the life expectancy into life spent in various states. Lexus diagram. A Lexus diagram is a two-dimensional diagram that is used to represent events such as birth or death that occur to individuals belonging to different cohorts. Calendar time is usually represented on the horizontal axis, while age is represented on the vertical axis. In some cases, y-axis is plotted backwards with age 0 at the top of page and increasing downwards. This shows the trajectories of individuals or cohort through time, blends of cohort and period life table, estimation of population in a specific year cross-section, comparison of group of individuals followed simultaneously through time and age cohort, and comparison of group of individuals within an age group through time. This shows an example or graphic picture of the axis diagram. Now, life expectancy. The World Health Organization defines life expectancy as the average number of years a person is expected to live on the basis of the current mortality rates and prevalence distribution of health states in a population. It is denoted by X, which means the mean number of subsequent years of life for someone now aged X, according to a particular mortality experience. This shows that in 2001, life expectancy in Pakistan shows 67.48 and growth rate is 0.230%. While similar countries that are ranked by life expectancy, Sri Lanka comes at the top with a life expectancy of 77.22, while in Pakistan it is 67.48. This shows life expectancy at birth from 2009 to 2019 by gender. Like for females, it's 68.29, and for males, it shows 66.34. And it is constantly increasing trend. Life expectancy, longevity, maximum lifespan, and life expectancy are not synonyms. Life expectancy at birth takes account of the infant mortality and child mortality, but not parental mortality. This shows that life expectancy is defined statistically as the mean number of years remaining for an individual or a group of people at a given age. Longevity refers to the characteristics of the relatively long lifespan of some members of population. Maximum lifespan is the age at death for the longest lived individual of the species. Factors affecting life expectancy: age. Life expectancy increases with age as the individual survives the higher mortality rates associated with childhood. Regional variations and great variations in life expectancy between different parts of the world, mostly caused by difference in public health, medical care, and diet. Other factors are economic circumstances, environment, occupation, genetics, mental health, medical condition, sexual differences, and education. Use of life expectancy. Life expectancy is also used in plant or animal oncology and in life tables. That is also known as actuarial table. The term and the concept of life expectancy may also be used in context of manufactured objects. Through the related term, shelf life is commonly used for consumer products. The term mean time to breakdown and mean time between failures are used in engineering. Life expectancy assumes that each specific death rate for year in question will apply throughout the lifetime of individual born in that year. The estimate, in effect, projects the age-specific mortality rates for a given period over the entire lifetime of the population born or alive during that time. Life expectancy is calculated by constructing life tables. The potential accuracy of estimated life expectancy depends on the completeness of the census and that data available for population in question. And complete table shows life expectancy of every year of age, and abridged table shows life expectancy for 5 or a 10-year age groups rather than for a single year age group. Healthy life expectancy or disability-free life expectancy. The average number of years a person is expected to live in a good health or without disability, given current age-specific mortality rates and disease and disability prevention rates. Calculations of those figures require reliable health statistics as well as mortality and census data. Now coming towards the recent advances. An article shows the determinant of life expectancy and its prospects under the role of economic misery, a case of Pakistan. This shows that it investigates the determinant of life expectancy in the presence of economic misery using Pakistan's time series data over the period of 1972 to 2012. It shows that the co-integration between the variables is confirmed. Moreover, health spending improves life expectancy. Food supply, economic supply, it can deteriorate life expectancy if not given properly. This article shows the impact of income inequality, environmental degradation, and globalization of life expectancy in Pakistan. That is an empirical analysis. Important points shows that the results of the study reveal that the income inequality and environmental degradation have negative and significant impact on life expectancy in Pakistan. On the other hand, globalization has positive and significant impact on life expectancy in Pakistan. Now coming towards the MCQs. First MCQ is, a researcher conducted a life table analysis on the probability of dying of pregnant women of the Pakistani population in a single year of 2006. What kind of life table analysis are they conducting? Option A, period or static life table. Option B, cohort life table or generation life table. Option C, complete life table. And option D, average life table. Anyone? Option A is the right one because single year study is required in this. Second MCQ is, life table is a mathematical sample which gives a view of death in a country and is the basis for measuring the average life expectancy in a society. Which among the following types of life table shows life expectancy of 5 to 10 years of age? Option A, complete life table. Option B, average life table. Option C, cohort. And option D, period life table.
C.
Option B is the right one. Average life table shows expectancy of 5 to 10 years of age group. Third MCQ is, in the life table analysis of birth cohort 2017 in ABC city, a demographer estimates that static life tables and cohort life tables were identical and that population was in equilibrium. This estimate shows that the option A, probability of death in life table is higher than expected. Option B, more immigration involved in population. Option C, more immigration is involved in population. And option D, no immigration and no immigration is involved in the population.
D.
Yes, option D is the right one. A person resident of a village with age 47 years of old, according to the history of deaths in the family, he expects to live for next 5 years or more. The mean number of years remaining for an individual or a group of people at a given age is option A, maximum lifespan. Option B, minimum lifespan. Option C, longevity. And option D, life expectancy.
D.
B.
Option D is the right one, life expectancy. Fifth MCQ is, Miss Aisha, a public health consultant, evaluates the family planning program in NCC ABC using maternal mortality rates of pregnant women from 15 to 45 years of age. She constructed life tables showing life expectancy for a 5 or 10 age group of pregnant women. What kind of life tables did she construct? Option A, period or static life table. Option B, cohort life table. Option C, complete life table. And option D, average life table.
D. A.
Option D is the right one. Average life table was considered. A cohort life table is also called generation life table or longitudinal life table because the cohort is constructed on the basis of sequence Q0, 2, 3, and N. A cohort table is classifying keeping in view which of the following. Option A, reference year. Option B, characteristics. Option C, length of age interval. And option D, age groups.
C.
Reference year classified is according to reference year. Option A is right one. Seventh MCQ is a demographer in ABC country performed a life table analysis and estimated that the future 5-year life expectancy of people born in 2018 would be age 65 years. For age 66 years in 2019, for 67 in 2020, and for 68 in 2021, and 69 in 2022. What kind of life table analysis is he constructing? Option A, periodic life table. Option B, cohort life table. Option C, complete life table. And option D, abridged life table. Option B is the right one, cohort life tables. A researcher wants to represent the cause of death data of the women of reproductive age groups in ABC city due to ovarian and tubular cancer at stage 3 and 4. Patients that underwent surgery diagnosed from 1st January 2008 to 31st December 2016 through life table analysis. Which diagram she will use for the representation of her data? Option A, pie diagram. Option B, scatter plot. Option C, Lexus diagram. And option D, linear regression plot.
C.
C.
Yes, C is the right one. Lexus diagram will be used by her. Ninth MCQ is Mr. Akbar wants to research for his MPhil project on the determinant of life expectancy in the presence of economic misery using Pakistan's time series data from 1972 to 2020. The most important factors or determinants affecting life expectancy he should consider while collecting his data. That is mental illness, medical conditions, occupation, and socioeconomic factors.
D.
Yes, option D is the right one. Most important factor considered is socioeconomic factor. Last MCQ is Mr. Ali wants to estimate the life expectancy of head and neck cancer types by sex, age, and add diagnosis to compare them with those from the age and sex matched general country population to better describe the changing impact of cancer on Ali over time by using the population-based country using a single calendar year, 2010. He will calculate life expectancy by using population-based ABC country cancer registration by using option A, disability adjusted life year measure, option C, B, quality adjusted life year, option C, standard period life table, and option D, standard cohort life table.
B.
Option C is the right one. Standard period life table will be used. This is the key of MCQs. These are references, and thank you.